The next section will explain the boarding areas, the landing areas and the local rules of drop zone Schaffen. Depending on the landing direction of the plane, the boarding is either done at Area 24 or at Area 06. Area 06 is situated on the far end of the runway. Area 24 is situated at the northeast side of the runway. The white van will take you to both boarding areas. Board the van in front of the packing hangar. Make sure you are geared up and ready to jump before mounting the van. Random checks are performed to check adherence to this rule. When you arrive in the boarding area, wait 30 meters from the runway as Schaffen is also in use by gliders. After landing, they need room to be brought back to their launch point. After landing, the jump plane taxis back and parks in front of the waiting skydivers. The drop zone is really large and has enough room for 18 parachutists to land safely. To do so, it has been divided in 3 main landing areas: student, main and high performance. In the next slide we explain the use of the different landing areas. As mentioned before, the airfield is also used by the glider club. They use a winch to tow gliders up. This winch is operated on the other side of the runway. That side of the runway is a non-landing zone for skydivers except in emergencies. If you land on the winching side of the airfield when the gliding club is in operation, it is forbidden to cross the winch area and the runway. This would mean crossing the winch cable, and that is very dangerous. To come back, you must walk around either the winch on one side of the airfield, or around the gliders waiting to be towed up. In no case cross the winch area. Doing so will result in a yellow card. The runway is a non-landing zone. If you must cross it, do this above 500 feet. The student area is the only landing area for skydivers with less than 200 jumps. The turn to final is maximum 90 degrees. In this area, you land into the wind. With light variable winds, be on the lookout for other landing skydivers. In the main or in the high performance area, you always land in the direction of the arrow, regardless of what the windsock does. The arrow is usually parallel to the hangar. If you are not comfortable landing in the direction of the arrow, you can land in the student area. The main landing area is for skydivers with more than 200 jumps. They land in the direction of the arrow. The turn to final is max 90 degrees. Zone C is for skydivers with more than 500 jumps, making a 270-degree turn to final. Landing in the high-performance area carries a lot of responsibility and entitles you to nothing. Only land here if you can safely do so. Never infringe on the airspace of other skydivers for your swoop to glory. Always fly your base leg from the west, towards the hangars. When the arrow is pointing northeast, all jumpers with more than 200 jumps can land in the main area and make a turn of maximum 90 degrees to final. All jumpers with more than 500 jumps and able to perform a safe 270-degree turn to final can land in the high-performance area. Jumpers with less than 200 jumps and all jumpers who want to land into the wind can land in the student area. Always fly your base leg from the west, towards the hangars. When the arrow is pointing southwest, all jumpers with more than 200 jumps can land in the main area and make a turn of maximum 90 degrees to final. All jumpers with more than 500 jumps and able to perform a safe 270-degree turn to final can land in the high-performance area. Jumpers with less than 200 jumps and all jumpers who want to land into the wind can land in the student area. When the jump run is towards the east and you have to come back over the road, never cross the hangars below 1500 feet. This will bring the risk of coming on a collision course with skydivers flying a correct pattern. When the jump run is towards the east and you have to come back over the road, there are 2 correct ways to do so. Cross the road between the runway and the fuel platform and make a 90 degrees turn to final. Cross the road beyond the hangars with the black roof and make a 90 degrees turn to final. If you cannot make it safely back, choose one of the open fields on the other side of the road. It is a short walk back towards the packing hangar. When the wind blows from the east, skydivers with less than 200 jumps and skydivers who want to land into the wind land in the student area. They fly their base leg from the north and make a turn to final of max 90 degrees. When the wind blows from the west, skydivers with less than 200 jumps and skydivers who want to land into the wind land in the student area. They fly their base leg from the north and make a turn to final of max 90 degrees. We have come to the end of the drop zone presentation. We wish you many safe and fun jumps at Skydive Flanders. If you have questions about the content of this video or any other questions, do not hesitate to contact our staff. They will be happy to answer you.